Yo guys, Beast back with some more beastly content. Today we're going to be doing a glass farm. That's right, if you're wondering where I get all the glass from my Nip Nip farms, or for my Nip Nip farms, this is how. Now I wanted to go ahead and show you why I needed so much glass and explain something real quick. So if you haven't seen, I have a plan to make 1 billion credits in Nip Nip. Full details will be linked down below to the video covering that. However, I just wanted to real quickly harvest my farms and show you just how much Nip Nip I have, and I am not even close to how much I want. This is over days and days. I want to be able to fill my storage containers, all 10 of them, in a very short amount of time. In order to do that, you're going to need glass, and that's probably why you are watching this video. So we are going to get into that in just a second, but if you needed any inspiration for things you can do with glass, here are some. First things first, you're going to need some frost crystal. Frost crystal can be converted into glass. Technically, you could just buy this stuff and make your own glass and not have a farm, but having a farm means it's replenishable and you can continue to have it. So here we are at a freighter. We are going to be checking the vendors here today, seeing who here is going to be selling us some frost glass, or frost crystals, I do believe they're called. This first guy didn't have any, however, he did have some pugnium as well as some other stuff. The thing to know about freighter vendors is that they will usually have facium and almost always have some sort of plant being sold by them, allowing you to farm the plant. Now, you will need to have the science terminal unlocked and the ability to grow these plants, as the science terminal will be giving you a quest line that will take you through the different plants and have you plant them. But as for a source for all plants, any sort of plant you need, you can just go to your freighter and chillax on there. If you have ships on there, you will have to take them off, and if you reload restore point and you had your ships taken off, your ships will then be taken off, or will then all be placed back on this freighter, not really making this a very easy farm to do when you have ships on it. However, if you have all your ships off of it, you can use your own freighter. Otherwise, you can do the 5 galaxy warps to get to a random freighter, which you could then have your freighter be in the same system as that and be able to, you know, warp back and forth between them. Figure it out, use the freighter. Basically, all I'm saying is the freighter vendors are the way to go to get any plant materials whatsoever. So as you can see here, this actually didn't work out when we reloaded our restore point. Like I said earlier, it will reload all of your ships back onto your freighter, making it very difficult for any vendors to land, seeing as how the landing pads are all taken up. So at first we were going to start our 5 galaxy warps. However, I will also go ahead and mention, as I found in this video, there are also system-wide freighters that can spawn, such as this one right here. Recruitable frigates are available here. That's the main primary purpose of these freighters. However, you can technically collect them. They are non-capital freighters, so I wouldn't want to be claiming one of these as my own. However, it is a system freighter, and we can use the starship vendors here, and that is our goal here. One other thing to note, this place will not have a restore point when you get in and out of your ship. I will be showing that in just a moment here, and then we'll be checking that once again because I didn't realize when I was recording. As you can see here though, when you first land, you won't see anybody here. However, the main thing to do is just to go up top and make sure the doors for the bays are opening. As long as the doors for the bays are opening or open, vendors can spawn. Once the doors close, the vendors will stop spawning on this freighter until they are reopened, either via a restore point load, which won't work here until you go back to your freighter and create a restore point there and then go back here. That's why I prefer to use my freighter. Too bad I have too many ships. If you were using your freighter, the best solution would be, instead of restore pointing, is to use a space station teleporter and teleport from a space station back to the freighter over and over. That way these ships wouldn't respawn, because as long as the freighter's not moved, the ships will not go back to your freighter. But yeah, as you can see here, this is just a random freighter, and this guy had the frost crystal we needed. We could have hung out here more and gotten more frost crystal. However, I already have a decent frost crystal farm going on here. I just wanted to show you this farm real quickly, as well as expand it just the tiniest bit. I just felt like it was a necessary thing to do. Just this farm needed just a little bit more frost crystal. I do plan on making 1 billion credits in Nip Nip in one single in-game day. I'm going to need a lot of farms very close near each other, and I need them to take up the least amount of space possible. And the best solution I found to do that is actually biodomes. Biodomes allow you to grow the most Nip Nip in a confined area upon any buildable thing. Like I said earlier, you will need the science research terminal unlocked. You have to go get salvage data. I think it might automatically unlock in the normal story mode. Some of us already have this done. If you know how to farm, if you can already grow things, This is the type of farm you're going to need to be building in order to get yourself a beautiful infinite amount of glass. This is literally every single hour. This will be giving me about 6 stacks of glass just right off the bat from harvesting it. The wonderful thing about this is we ran out of frost crystal. Dioxide's the other thing you're going to need to be using for materials. Dioxide can be bought at a ton of space station starship vendors, as well as just the terminals. As a matter of fact, you could even put a galactic trade terminal down in your base and have a possibility of dioxide, depending on the system, of course, being available to be purchased there. Dioxide's not hard to get, guys, but yeah, as you can see here, this is how it is currently looking. I will also go ahead and mention that while this is how it's currently looking, it's not 100% filled. I do believe about the last 2 biodomes. I use double biodomes, so I'm going to count the last 2 as 2, even though it's really 1 biodome because you harvest both of them using 1 harvest button. Wonderful. Double biodomes are cool and all, guys, but I can't wait to show you the next Nip Nip farm, because guess what, guys? It's using triple biodomes, guys. But I am out. See us. Keep it beast mode.